There we go, we're live. All the intros are done.
Thank the Lord.
Just gives people time to arrive. Good evening. It's not Sunday, it's Monday.
Welcome to the Monday share.
The Monday share for this week. I've just put in the comments, let us know once you get there. Before you blow this all up into big screen and start watching this or transfer it over to your Google TV and stuff, just remember to hit like and share. I wanted to do all that YouTubery words.
YouTube nerd.
So yeah, like, share, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do so. It shows us that somebody at least popped by.
I've already lost one viewer.
No, you see, that's when they've sent it to their TV.
Oh, right, okay.
Or they did leave. Oh, now I think
That's
they left.
quite sad.
Now I just think they left.
Oh, Lord, just spun him off into a depression.
So yeah, sorry we didn't make last night. I'd had a really long, hard day yesterday and really didn't feel up to sitting in this chair more than anything else.
Do you need more cushions?
Yeah, I think I need a proper office chair. Can I have a proper office chair, please?
If we get more viewers, then yeah.
Ah, what have we got to have? 20 subscribers and I get a new chair.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, folks. You heard it.
So if you think anything of Alistair, you'll subscribe.
Because if we don't, my back's killing me.
And if you think anything of me, you won't.
That's not very nice.
It's not very nice.
But yeah, once you get there, we've got a couple of comments. Marion's here. Good evening, Marion.
Hi, Marion.
Tom is here.
Hi, Tom.
And a second Marion is here.
Marion, stop being needy.
Marion's also, I am feeling a little bit better today. Yeah. When I got up, I had a hot bath. It's all to do with my back. The muscles that I've pulled and done in my back. I just wish they'd heal quicker. And I don't like managing pain. Pain gets me down, but I don't like taking tablets. So you can see the quandary that Penny is having to deal with. So
you can see the stress on my face of
yeah,
daily life.
I'm with Chris. Buy him a chair.
Shut up, Chris.
Just put that with a really manly buy him a chair. You should have put now on the end of it.
Can't tell me what to do.
But yeah, so like I said, sorry about yesterday, but we're here. We're here now. We've got some different stuff to talk about.
We have, yeah.
Yeah. I want to do a bit of blind plugging first, though, if that's all right. Do you mind?
I'm going to plug blind people in.
Yeah. No, just to remind people, if you've watched this and you've not seen us before, my name's Alistair, and I'm a Norse medium pagan tarot reader, psychic, life coach, specialised with adults with Asperger's and autism, and I've travelled the world coaching people, or a person.
Well, now I sound really boring.
No, I had to embellish mine because you're about to do yours.
No,
And to my left, your right.
or whichever way. My name's Penny and I'm an empath. I'm a doula. Oh, I clearly don't talk loud enough, so I need to sit at a weird angle to get on the microphone. I'm an empath. I'm a doula. I'm a Reiki master.
Oh, yeah, so am I.
Yeah, I know. I'm an advanced master herbalist, although I don't use
I
that.
was as a teenager.
Apologies. And a few other things. But I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah, no, all I wanted to say.
Saying that, if my phone rings, I am actually on call.
You are, yeah, you've got a baby due.
Got a baby overdue.
Yeah, you have.
So,
yeah, I just wanted to do a little bit of blind, just a plug to sort of say, this is what the channel's about. This is what we do. So we can do house cleansing. We can do mediumship for you. We do parties. Like I said, we have got something coming up at Halloween, which will be good.
we have.
But yeah, it's just a bit of plug. Kind of, you can book us for stuff.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. I don't know how else to flounce it up.
And our lovely goddesses are still available.
Yeah, little pocket goddesses that Penny made.
They're so cute.
Each one positively charged with penny power. I just thought of that on the spot. We need to have that.
Wait, all right. Okay.
The other thing I wanted to let people know about is... Oh, where can I find it? Where have I put it?
I'm so glad that you tell me when you're going to do
No, I don't do that. I think of stuff. So yeah, at the bottom of the screen, we've actually got some merchandise available.
Yeah, we have.
So, it'd be cool if somebody sort of sent us a picture of them holding a Wiccan
Yes,
Warriors
one
mug.
of us have got our
Oh, no, we haven't.
t-shirts or sweatshirts on, so that's a bit
I chose the wrong day to promo the merch.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's there.
However,
Yeah, we have got the mugs. So yeah, go on there and get a mug, and then join us for the coffee when we're on.
Send us a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
So yeah, that's that bit. Sorry, we'll go back to
Normality.
a bit of normality.
Indeed.
And Chris has reiterated now for the chair.
No.
So I've got
20 subscribers.
20 subscribers, and I can get an office chair
Yeah.
instead of a dining chair. It's out of my back.
So we've had a few conversations about what we're going to talk about tonight.
We have. We did. I was going to talk about a thing called Die Book, which are Jewish like curse boxes, purely because I watched my mate Mickey York's vlog with him and Niall, and they got one on there, and he rattling it, and that sent me down a rabbit hole, thinking, what are they all about? Then are they real? Are they just something because they sell them on eBay? So, but yeah, I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah, I think I'd query that. Buying something on eBay, it's like buying a haunted object.
It is. They're sold for entertainment purposes only. It became more into the forefront when the first person sold one on eBay that was apparently a genuine one,
Right.
that had given them lots of crap. And it is essentially a box that you perform a spell over, and it's like a form of an exorcism, and it's a disembodied spirit is trapped inside the box, and it must remain sealed. There's items relating to the ceremony go in the box and stay with it, and it's sealed with wax, and it must stay sealed. My bone of contention with this is if I bought one, I'd have to open it to go like that and go, I knew it was rubbish, or all the table and chairs flip, and you go, oh crap, I wish I hadn't done that. But either way, I think it would be
Open it at somebody else's house.
Yeah, if you guys would like me to do one of those, I will buy one and open one.
Not in here.
No, I'll have to chat in the middle of a field somewhere or live streaming it from my phone. But yeah, we can do it. I'm prepared to open one because I think they're utter
Nonsense.
Yeah, it is rooted in some truth, and it stems back to the concentration camps, and it goes like I say, it goes all the way back to 1930. It's part of a Jewish belief that disembodied spirits can be trapped in a box and then put in the way.
Like Ghostbusters.
Yeah, and it kind of stems from, there's a number of different religions we'll find when somebody's got a mental issue, they're possessed by a demon or an entity. So you end up then with an exorcist coming round to exorcise the demons that are in the person into the box. And there's a number of religions follow that same practice.
Yeah.
When it was actually just mental health or the person was freaking loony.
We still don't know.
No, exactly. But it is based in truth. As far as Jewish beliefs go, it's based in truth for that.
Okay.
But it really became more popular in.
Because I'd be inclined to think if somebody was doing that as part of a religious ceremony or a belief system, that they wouldn't hawk it on eBay.
No, and that's the thing. So the ones that are on eBay are sold under the premise that somebody has gone to a haunted location. So say, for instance, we wanted to do this. We would go to a haunted location, find a spirit, and in the same practice as a Ghostbuster throwing out the thingy-bob to catch the ghost.
Don't cross the streams, though.
Yeah, you open the box, you say the ceremony, you trap a spirit. Now, that spirit may not have wanted to have been trapped. If there's truth to what the person's done, there's now a trapped spirit in a box that shouldn't be.
With an attitude.
Yeah. So you've now got a genie in a bowl.
Oh.
So yeah, so it kind of did send me down this rabbit hole, but I'm not going to talk about that.
Okay.
That's one of the things we thought about talking about. I won't mention anything on that. It was fine. But yeah, if you get a chance to watch Mickey York's YouTube.
Dad's Lads and Kebabs.
Yeah, Dad's Lads and Kebabs. It's just two blokes having a chat.
Yeah.
So it's good. I listen to it.
Anywho.
Yeah, sorry. So what were you going to talk about?
So there's lots of different topics that we can talk about, but there's one topic that keeps coming up frequently, and that is about development, developing your ability to connect with the spirit. And if you're very lucky, that is something that comes to you naturally, and it's very fluid, and there's not a lot of work involved. The work comes with protecting yourself, protecting other people. learning how to connect with one voice in potentially a crowd of many. I think I've talked about it on a different share.
Yeah, we have done. Yeah.
That sometimes you open the door and it's like a crowd are trying to get through the door, which can be quite overwhelming. And it's being able to focus in on one connection and block out all the others, which is quite a difficult thing to do. I don't know how many natural mediums there are that can do it fluidly, that have never done any sort of self-training or spirit guided training.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I think it is something that you do have to work at to do it right and to do it safely.
So what would make you come into contact with more than one spirit then? Let's dig this down a little bit.
Okay, so if I'm in a property and it's a very active location in that particular spot. For example, there are a lot of portals that have been created either by what the land was used for or by the land being changed,
Right.
or if there were any kind of ceremonies, or if there is a gateway for the energy to come through. In that case, you can have an
abundance
entities
of
coming through at the
individual
same
spirits.
time, and then you've got to try and work out who you need to talk to and why.
The other one I was thinking about is when you used to see them on the TV in an audience. Theoretically, if each person that's come to the show has brought a potential spirit with them, you've now got all of that. And as an empath, you'll pick up on the room as well as the spirit. So that makes it even more confusing.
And then once you've opened the door to that communication, not just the people that have come with, for want of a better word, baggage with them, you've opened a door. Anybody can wander in. And sometimes there are people that have waited a really long time in spirit to make a connection, and they kind of go, oh, I can get through, I can talk to somebody's listening.
So that would be where you have the kind of spirit guide, the usher, the doorman.
I haven't got a spirit guide.
Yeah, you say that.
I really haven't?
But you don't know you haven't.
Well, one hasn't made themselves known to me yet. Stop telling me that I've got one.
I don't know that you've got one.
I haven't.
I know that you would not have one. I believe you have one.
There is so much filtering that I have to do myself. That's what makes me question that I haven't got one.
Right, okay.
Because there's a lot of holding back that I have to do to get through to one. If I had a guide by now, they would have stepped in to cut down how many are coming through at the same time, or guided me how to do that. I've reached out for a guide, but none have made themselves known to me yet.
Ooh.
But I have said to you before, from the empath side of it, like you said, I've done that in the supermarket. Was we together when I did that in the supermarket? I think I was. And it was, I'm just going to reach out a little bit, just to see. And this wasn't that long ago. It was only a couple of months ago. And it made me really unwell. I became overwhelmed with the energies of everybody that was shopping. Wow. The energy that was within the supermarket and whatever else was coming through. And it was like being hit by a tsunami of negative emotion.
Yeah. Marianne's asked,
yeah,
how would you know if you didn't have a spirit guide? So like you said there, so how do you know you've not got one?
I think some of the situations that I've been in, if I had a guide, they would have either have stepped in at that point to assist me, or they would have stepped forward to show me what I could have done or how to do it in a safer way.
Yeah, whereas I've always felt that I had a spirit guide. which I've spoken about on here before. My grandma was my first one, which was ironic because she wasn't exactly my best mate in life. She was a controlling force in my life.
So she's still doing that now from the other side.
So from that side of things, yeah. But that connection I felt went quite a number of years ago. And I know I have a guide. I now focus on what I class as my angel guide.
Okay.
My angel called Helen. Don't ask me. That was the name she gave me, told me. But Penny doesn't believe I have an angel.
No, it's not that I don't believe you have an angel. I don't believe their name is Helen if they are an angel.
Why can't they be?
I don't know.
That's the first name that was presented to me at the time.
Then it is whoever it is that's called Helen that's helping you, potentially.
To be fair, with the way I've been the last couple of weeks, I don't know if I've got any guides at all. My head's totally all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh, so Marion's follow-up question. So how do you find it if you have one?
Well,
you ask.
This is part of developing. So what you would need to do is, it's like meditation. So if you think how you would ordinarily meditate, whether that is sitting quietly or out walking or swimming
or laying in the bath.
However you ordinarily would choose to clear your head, you would need to do that and then ask out.
Yeah, I struggle with meditation. I'm going to reiterate this because it might help. If I say it out loud to myself, I might remember what I'm doing. I always focus on the word called nothing. And it's a massive word and it's just
Okay, but we're not doing meditation.
Right. But what I'm saying is once I get to that state, which you've just described there, that kind of your brain's empty and ready for information. That's the point I was going to get to. That's when you would ask that question and see what nothing is replaced with.
You're not doing it specifically as a meditation. It's like doing meditation. So it's about finding that place that ordinarily you would get to with meditation. So do the preparations that you would normally do. So if that's turn off your phones, turn off the lights, sit quietly, light a candle or have a crystal or a focal point, all of the things that you would do for meditation, but don't relax into it. So your brain is already prepared, something different to the norm is going to happen. And then the next step is to ask out, but ask out with intent. So your guide needs to be have pure intentions or pure positive intentions. And is there a guide that wants to communicate with me or can help me with my development? And see what comes to you. You might get an image of somebody, you might get a name, or you might get nothing at all.
As long as their name's not Helen, eh? It's all right. Apparently that's not angelic.
Doesn't have to be an angel. Doesn't have to be an angel.
No, I know.
It's any spirit that can guide you through the process.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's.
Just to reiterate, I don't mean an angel from the biblical sense.
It's part of what you can do if you get that is you can ask them to guide you through your own life to start with. So a form of past life regression. Or if nobody comes through to you at all, you can ask out, show me with my past lives and see what comes to you. And it could be that in your mind's eye, you see yourself standing in the middle of a field. So you're not then asking, is that me? Where am I? What year is it? You're not asking any of that because what you're doing is developing. And the way we develop is that we sharpen our focus. So what we would do in that case, if you appeared in a field, what you would do is look around. If you see grass, concentrate. What colour is
Yeah,
it?
don't focus on anything further than just around you.
You're looking to fill in as much detail as you can. So, is the grass long or short? What colour is the grass? Because when we know those details, we can usually work out times of year. Can you see flowers? What kinds of flowers? What colours are the flowers? Can you see leaves on trees? Look for the detail in the leaf and really focus in on everything that is around you. And when you do that, when you do get a connection, and I'm not saying this is going to happen immediately, this might not happen for years, but once you get into the habit of looking for the detail, when you do get a connection, you look harder and the connection's easier because you can get really fuzzy images and very little detail, and that's quite difficult if you're trying to share that information with somebody that you're reading for, having fuzzy details. So developing can take years, or you could be really astute and it could come instantly the second you
I've had
open
both.
yourself up to it.
Being completely honest, I've had both situations. Recently, the last reading that I did, wow, could literally have been sat in the same room as the person I was connected with in spirit. I was having full-on conversations and then being told off for my language, which I'm not swearing this week. Have you noticed? I'm trying to avoid the moaning. So yeah, sometimes sometimes it can be dead clear, and other times I think some spirits are either weaker or more nervous, and they don't feel so confident their end in passing over the piece of information, or
And it could be that,
or like you've described, that
energy.
really it's a thread that's really stretched really thinly, and somebody on spirit side can have quite a strong presence, and I think it still wears down, whether it's ectoplasm or however you want to describe it. I think there's a time passes within that realm as well. I just had a weird epiphany that Helen's not. I have this. I'll talk about after off shot. Actually, I'm not going to talk about it now because my brain went off on a tangent and did a mediumship moment. It went off and left where I was sitting, and then I realised, hang on, I'm listening to Penny. So yeah, when you talk about focus, yeah, I nearly disappeared off down a little rabbit hole then.
Don't do
Sorry. Right, next topic.
Okay.
Thanks for your questions, Marion. It's cool.
Yeah. Does that make sense? If it doesn't, put a comment. Tell me what else you need to know. We're filling a really short space of time with ways of developing. These kind of things are what you would do with a development circle or with a mentor, and it was the intention that this would be what this discovery circle, this share, was going to be about.
Yeah.
So something else that you can do is around energy and learning how to see and read energy.
Manipulate.
No.
Oh. Yeah.
No.
You can.
These are people that are learning to develop. So when you develop, you don't learn bad habits. You don't get distracted and go off down rabbit holes. You maintain focus. It's about sharpening your abilities and perfecting them and being in control of them, because that protects you and anybody else. So around energy, there are a couple of different ways that you can do this. One is to see if you can see aura.
I can't.
When or if you are able to do it, it's so exciting.
It's like an aura colour blindness, I think I've got.
It's just not your path yet.
Yeah, I've not seen auras. Feel them though.
So the way that you can train yourself to see an aura is there's a few different ways. So what you can do is, if you get something that everything has a vibration, and we've talked about that before, and we've talked about it in relation to Reiki. So everything has an energetic field and a vibration.
Yep.
Okay. So if we choose something like a plant, something that is actively living and organic, they're going to have a really strong vibration. Okay? Because everything resonates at a different
frequency. Yeah.
So if we get something like a house plant and we put it in front of a neutral colour wall, or if you haven't got that, sling a sheet over something, and basically you sit and you concentrate on that item. So in this case, we're not looking for detail, we're doing the opposite. We're unfocusing our vision.
Yeah.
So if you think of magic eye pictures, where actually you look at it, you can't see anything, you very slightly unfocus your eyes and bang, the image is there. Sorry, that was a very silly bang.
Bang on the no.
So it's the same premise as that. You need to unfocus your eyes when you look at it, and you will see potentially movement around it. Or if you've ever looked at a tarmac road on a hot day and you see the shimmer,
heat haze,
you might see that around it, or you might see colour.
You have to stop looking at what's in front of you and look into what is in front of you.
No, you have to look past what is in front of you.
If you look past it, you will miss it.
If you stare at it,
Yeah.
if you look at it, you won't see it.
Yeah.
You're looking past it.
Not past as in behind it,
Yes.
surely. Okay.
Because the movement surrounds. You're not looking for what's inside because that's solid. You're looking for the auric field around.
Oh, okay.
So you do need to look past. So I can see yours now. And some people see this really clearly and some people see it in different ways. So it can be like a haze.
I'm looking on the camera to see if I can see it.
Or a movement or a colour or a pulse of air. In your case, you have a haze that actually I can feel as I move my hand along. So you're looking past. I'm not looking at you, I'm looking past you. Very slight unfocusing of the eyes. The more that you can practice doing it, the quicker you'll be able to see it.
Yeah, I used to do it. I've never been able to see the energy field. Well, not yet. We'll say it as a not yet. But I used to do this exact meditation with a flame, because rather than a living being, I always just fires alive.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to use that and sit in a room where there was no draft and make my focus to move the flame.
But that's not looking at an auric field.
No, that's manipulating the energy of a living thing.
We're back to manipulation of things. We're developing.
Yeah, but that's how I found being able to feel somebody else's aura.
Okay.
And their energy.
Okay.
Was through that way of doing it.
There is another way of doing it, and that is to look at your own image. So sit in front of the mirror.
Ideally one with a silverback.
And a gorilla.
No, because...
That's why I sit next to you. Boom.
No, a silverbacked mirror will reflect your aura and your soul. Hence why a vampire couldn't look into one. But a vampire could look into a modern mirror now because they're black.
That's not true. That's complete nonsense.
It depends on your belief structure, dear.
My belief structure says we're a load of old tosh.
That's not
anyway.
Tosh. Silver's a powerful element.
When you're looking at your own reflection, and it doesn't have to be in a mirror, it can be in a bucket of water, as long as you can clearly see your own reflection. And again, you're not looking at you. You're not looking at the details of you. You're looking past you. Look around your head or your neck and your shoulders where the connections are. But you're looking past. Slightly unfocus your eyes to do it.
Yeah, like I say,
I want to do it for about 10-15 minutes. don't do it repeatedly throughout the day, because what happens is if you want something really badly, you can push it away.
You won't be able to see it for looking at it.
Yeah. So what you need to do is do it 2-3 times a week, and you'll see all of a sudden it will click into place, and you'll understand. You'll know what's going on.
Yeah, like I say, for me, I can feel it,
Okay.
but I can't see it.
So for the first,
There's a reason for that, because it's all frequencies. I can't see those light frequencies, but I can feel those vibrational frequencies, because I'm all about the bass, not the treble.
oh, I fell into that one, didn't I?
No, I just made that up on the spot, but that's the truth behind it. I can't see
do you
those
want me
frequencies.
to tell you why I can see it so quickly and so clearly?
Go on then.
Is because my eyes are in constant
Oh, you need
poor focus.
Yeah, you need binoculars to see anything anyway.
Exactly. So because when I look at people, I don't see the detail, and I can see your.
No wonder
detail.
you think I'm gorgeous.
This close, I can see the detail.
Oh.
If I go further back, I can't see any detail at all. So in most cases, you're out of focus anyway. Everybody and everything is out of focus, so it means it's easier for me.
Terrible.
I don't have to try so hard. But the first way that I learnt, and this was, I was trying to think how old I was. I was probably about 21, 22. Yeah, about 21, I think. And I can't remember who told me this to try this, but it's absolutely the right thing to do. So in my case, it was about sitting with my fingers very slightly apart and focusing on the space between the fingers. Don't look at the fingers. So the fingers go blurry, and you focus on the space between your fingers, and you just keep focusing. And again, you do it for about 10-15 minutes, and you will see a colour or an energy between.
Ah.
If you look at it, once it's there, you won't be able to see it again because you've shifted
Does it
your
have
focus.
to? Can I do it? It's a big.
Right. So stop. So the first thing that I learned was to do that. Again, can't remember who told me that, but I tried it and was astounded that I could see that. So there is a second step to that, but I'll come to it. So what I would suggest is, rather than the finger staring, what else you can do is a full hand. Put your hands about that distance apart. I can already feel the energy between. Okay.
Well, yeah,
and sit like that for a good few minutes.
I make a ball of energy. It's good positive energy.
For a good few minutes.
You guys can get it.
And then once you feel the change between there, and I'm sure scientists will have a thing about what you've created in that space. But do the same, unfocus your eyes and look between your hands. When you feel that buzzing between the frequencies from both hands will buzz. Once you feel that, do a slight movement apart and see if you can see anything. If you can't, bring them back together. And you get to the point where you can have your hands quite far apart, where you can literally stretch the auric field in the gap, and you will feel it and you will see it. Again, it's something, do it about 10-15 minutes, 2-3 times a week. Do it regularly until you get to the point where you don't need to do the practicing, because you'll be able to see it and feel it and do it.
And then the next stage is where you can shoot electricity from your fingers and you're like a Jedi master.
No, what was his name?
Oh, he was a Sith Lord, actually, not Jedi.
No,
sorry.
what was his name? Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange?
No, Professor, don't know, Marvel Man. With the energy and the symbols.
Oh, yeah, Doctor Strange.
Why Why did you look at me like I'd
Because
lost the
Doctor
plot?
Strange is not manipulating energy; he's manipulating time. That's why I didn't get your
And
Marvel reference.
energy.
Cosmic energy, stretching it there,
Yes.
but okay, I'll let you have that one. Yes.
Anyway,
I know I jovially kind of say about energy, and I don't want people to think I don't take it seriously, but I've been messing around with energy since I was a kid. Old photos, old ornaments, anything. I've been psychometrically reading anything I touch or I'm near forever. So for me to, in my head, go like that and make a massive ball of positive energy and throw it to all of you guys that are watching, in my head makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But it's how it comes across. Sometimes I come across as a bit jovial about it. I'm not. I take this very seriously, but I'm 12 in my head. It's not my fault I look like a grown-up. I've said this before.
you have. So those very individual things that you can do, I'm not saying do all of them every day. Ideally, you do them until you do one until you've perfected that. Only then are you ready to develop the next one. It's a slow progression of learning. It's not, I need to learn all of this in one day and I'm going to sit like this for an hour and then I'm going to stare at myself in the mirror for an hour and then I'm going to meditate and do some regression for an hour. It's not about that. It's about pick one. And the first few times you might not experience anything at all. First 3 months you might not experience anything at all.
I get a massive buzz out of it because I just feed on the energy to a certain extent.
Yeah, but if you enjoy,
but again, that's the wrong terminology because a Reiki person would say the energy flows through, so we get to use that universal energy. Whereas
we get benefit from it.
Yes,
because
that's what I'm
as
saying.
the energy flows through, it's connecting with us in the throughs, like walking through a tunnel and running your hands along the wall. The energy works in the same way as it flows through you. So yes, when I give Reiki to people, it gives me a massive benefit.
Yeah. All I'm saying is that you got Sith and Jedi. It's all the same energy. That's all I'm saying. But I'd like to hear from you guys. If you do this and you practice, let us know how you get on. That's the point of the development program. Well, we want to pass the knowledge on.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
What's next on the list?
Next on the list, you're making it sound like let's go, learn.
I've laid my tarot cards out down here, actually, incidentally. So if you'd like a random tarot card just for you, then put a little love heart comment in and I'll just pull a card and it'll be some they're just randomly scattered here.
So
I feel like I'm sat here doing nothing.
The next couple of things, would you want to do some readings in
No, do that. Because I could die on my arse now. Nobody asked for anything.
So
I swore, sorry.
The next couple of things are about working with somebody else to develop. Now, the other person might not be interested in developing because a lot of people being held are held back by fear. I will believe if I see it, but I don't actually want to see it.
Yeah.
So it's the fear that holds them back. But they might be happy for you to develop and for you to work with them to do that. So you need to have a really good, focused, strong connection to the person that you are going to work with. And this is something that you do frequently and regularly, but only with that person until you have developed. So the first thing is about image telepathy that you do with a friend. So yes, it was on Ghostbusters. Yeah, Ghostbusters, where they're using the psychic shaped cards.
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't have to be psychic shaped cards. It can be playing cards. It could be tarot cards. It could be an agreed selection of pictures. Or there could be no agreement. I would say have an agreed selection that you're going to work with to start while you're building your rapport. And then as you progress, get to the point where there is no conversation about what it is that you are going to try and project to that person. For example, when you said what did I take with me?
Oh, yeah. I put it in my pocket, didn't I?
Yeah,
Yeah, you knew what it was.
and it was your
Scarab beetle.
scarab beetle. But we'd actually had no conversation, but
No.
we are in tune and we've worked together. So that was already there. We kind of were a step ahead anyway. But it is about see what they say. See,
It's quite handy if you get it right, because sometimes I can be laying on the sofa and Penny will go, "Do you want a cup of tea?" Yep. She thinks it was her idea.
and you fancy Chinese.
Yes.
So
I'll do your cards in a second, guys.
it can be that you have a conversation about what it is that you're projecting, or get the other person to draw what they're seeing. If they're seeing a shape, get them to draw it, or you draw something and focus on that. And focus. What you need to do is not just think it and draw it. You need to visualize that you are sending that image, and that image is going to that person so that they can see it as well. And it's about visualization to build the rapport and the connection.
Mm.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Just to me, but I'm as loony as you are, so
Okay.
if not slightly more.
So I only have one more.
Well, let's do a little interlude.
I was going to say, do you want to stop and you have a
'Cause we've
little
got-
play?
That sounds a little bit dodgy. We're not that kind of video. Right, so we've got.
I don't know, how many subscribers have we got?
If we're not up to 12 by the end of this video, I'm just not getting a comfy chair. Right, Chris, first. Your first card came up for you was love and the Ace of Discs. So love and money is at the forefront of your mind at the moment. Hope that makes sense. And then Marion, who did put a little caveat and said, "Don't tell me there's a man out there because I can't find them."
Unfocus your eyes.
Yeah, go boss-eyed, then you'll find them. For Marion, you got the Valor card, so to do with strength, and then the Mergoose, which is to do with your magical strength. So those could go well together. So now would be the time to do that practicey stuff because you're ready, so to speak, if it makes sense. Don't pull man cards for Marion. So yeah, I hope those made sense, guys. So yeah, if you want a little, I only pulled two there because I was like, oh, you can't just give me love and valor. I need to get more detail than that.
It's somebody that's gone away. It's somebody who is either gone on holiday or they've travelled somewhere.
Oh, thanks. That's great. Sorry, Marion. No man, apparently.
No, because he's gone away.
But no, the Mergoose card to me is about self-reflection, self-power, the magic within yourself.
Although, Marion, with that, don't tell me it's a man. I can't find him. Sit, do the focused meditation.
Yeah.
See yourself somewhere and someone is behind you. What does he look like? Look for his details.
Marion, there's a man behind you.
Creepy.
Strange.
Okay.
So yeah, so what was your last topic?
The last one is something that I haven't done this for years. It is something that I did many years ago with Northampton Spirit Seekers, because we would get together and we would go on investigations and things, and we would have downtime. So our downtime was about connecting as a team, and we did. I even remember where we were when we did this. We were at that, what is it called? The Black Lion in Northampton. And it's called psychic scanning. And psychic scanning is essentially you stand opposite somebody, and this works better if it's somebody you don't know very well. You can do it with somebody that you know, but you are better doing it with somebody that you don't know because you don't know any details about them. And basically, you stand opposite each other, or if they're a little bit infirm or immobile, sitting opposite each other, and you don't touch at all,
Sounds boring.
and you close your eyes and you focus on them, and you do the same thing. You try to first of all look at them and get as much detail of them as you can.
Do you want your glasses on?
No, I quite like it like this.
Out of focus.
And get as much detail as you can. Then close your eyes and see how much of a mental image of them that you can get, and try and pad out the bits that you don't know. Like, if, for example, I'm not sure if these eyes are that far apart, or if they've got a slight lines here, or
Like
if
crow's
there's a
feet.
movement here. So people's eyes are rarely just like they're drawn, standard shapes. Try and pad out the details. Then when you've done that, you are literally going to scan them with your mind. So you start at the top, your eyes are shut, you've given them as much detail as you possibly can, and you start at the top, and you slowly in your mind's eye are scanning down, and you are looking for where there's things that are out of the norm.
Like energy differences and balances and things like that.
So things like, if I see it in Reiki, I will feel the disruption. So I will feel the change in energy, and the spinning will slow, or it will get sluggish. In that case, you're looking for those things. But all of this is done with your eyes shut. You can do the whole body scan before you have a conversation about it, or agree with the person how you're going to do it. So it could be, I'm going to tell you as I find something, but don't do it at the same time. Do one and then reverse it and do it on each other, and you'll be surprised how much, when you are focusing on that person, you cut out of the world around them, and you can pick up on things. I think I picked up stomach disturbance with you from the very first Reiki session.
Yeah, because you told me I wasn't intolerant to gluten.
Yeah.
You told me I had a stomach issue, but it had nothing to do with gluten. And I went, well, I just haven't had the test. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm always feel better when I don't eat gluten.
Okay.
And then I got diverticular disease.
And they said it's nothing to do with gluten.
Yeah, and I had no intolerance to gluten at all, which was amazing because I could get my custard creams back.
But in that case, with the Reiki, I do it through not touch, but touching the energy. But psychic scanning is something that you do with your mind and your focus.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be looking at that. We've spoke about that from an energy point of view, but that is really starting to tread on the toes of Reiki there, because that's you're picking up on somebody's health and well-being within the energy. Whereas most of the time when you feel somebody's energy, you feel the disruption that they carry most days. That's what I tend to feel.
See, that's interesting. If you're with somebody, and ordinarily you can close your eyes and do a really good focus of what it is that you've been looking at. But if you cannot get a clear, smooth line to the person that you're looking at a bigger disturbance in their auric field.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's kind of, we are getting into the realms of the Reiki energy side of things, which I encourage you guys to research.
All of these things cross over.
Well, Reiki talks about frequencies, and they've been proven. The Reiki frequencies have been proven.
I don't know the numbers, but you're right.
Yeah, the actual number of the hertz that takes away the hertz.
Bye-bye.
Brilliant. It's all true. I mean, like I said earlier, everything's running at frequencies, and I don't see the frequencies for the auric colours, but I can feel the energy within an auric person's energy. I don't know how to word it. But
I think as well,
gifted without the vocabulary, that's what I am.
It's worth knowing that if you're looking for 100% hit rate on something, so if I was thinking of my cards and thinking, I want to know what the next card is going to be, and I will focus on it until I've got a clear image of what it's going to be, and then I get it right, and then I do it 5 or 6 times, and I get each one right, and then I get one that's wrong, I then become frustrated and I question my own ability. And the more that you question, the less focused you become, the more likely you are to get it wrong.
It's my card taking the piss out of me.
And consider, if you got it right 100% of the time, then your focus will be taken away because you'll have an arrogance about you. Pride holds people back.
Yeah,
We stop trying if we feel that we've already succeeded. And the purpose of developing, certainly spiritually, is a continuous path of development, a path to enlightenment.
the moment you think you're an expert, an X is something that was, and a spurt is a drip under pressure. Never consider yourself an expert in anything.
That's
Anything
hilarious. I mean, it does play with the spelling, but you are dyslexic, so I know you have that.
It is. I don't regard that word. I'm an expert in something. What, you stopped learning about something, you just reached the end of it. So you've learned completely about something that's come to a complete end and a stop. Surely there must be something that continues, or it develops, it grows.
You can become an expert within a room. So if I had greater knowledge of something than anybody else in the room, I am the expert within the room. It doesn't mean I am the expert over all of everybody, everywhere, and everything.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not how I would use the word expert. But
so is that helpful? Do the development exercises I've talked about, do they make sense? Do you want to try them?
are you all now sat at home like that with your hands apart
You've
going?
all stopped listening. You've now unfocused us.
It's like, wow, I can feel heat in one hand and cold in the other. There's a reason for that.
Is it because you were sitting on one?
No, it's because I created a circuit.
You're a bit weird. You do know that I gave you a rocket fuel coffee.
Yeah, I did.
I know this now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, give us feedback, give us comments. Does it make sense? Is it something that you want to try? Is it something that you've tried before but you've abandoned because it didn't work for you? Like I say, these are things that you have to keep trying. You have to have a routine and keep going to perfect it. If everybody could do everything on the first go, we would all stop progressing. And there would be no development.
And your mind is the same as any other muscle in your body. You have to work it.
Mine's knackered.
Yeah, it's like every other muscle in my body. It's bloody sore.
Whining. Sorry, was that out loud?
Does anybody else want a card? Put a little love heart in the comments. We've got like 5 minutes. Have you got any final questions on what we've covered? Because we've done quite a lot today. We did a complete and utter merch sale thing at the bottom, the first bit, and promoted ourselves.
Oh, not necessarily.
And then got 20, hopefully we've got 20 subscribers by the end of this video. As Tom, I've been trying to see figures. You mentioned it a few weeks ago, not moving and trying to use my peripheral vision.
Yeah.
No luck yet, but we'll continue.
Absolutely. Keep continuing.
The biggest thing I struggle with, Tom, with this is I will see something in my peripheral and immediately go, oh, what was that?
Everybody does.
And then I've lost it. You have to kind of restrict and keep looking with that part of your brain, but not move your face or your eyes or anything. It's hard.
Developing and training is getting to the point where you don't turn your head anymore. Yeah. There will still be times that you do. There's plenty of times that I do exactly that.
Or another one I'll do is, as I see that it's there, I shut my eyes and turn. So I'm now not trying to focus in on the physicality of that light frequency that I spoke about earlier. I'm now thinking about the energy side of things. So I'll shut my eyes and turn.
Okay. But that's what you're doing. You're learning.
My brain's, it's like a radio. You've just got to tweak the folk tuning bit. Woo!
No more coffee for you, methinks.
It is. It does take practice. And
I have had, I'm going to share this while we're waiting for you all to frantically write your comments, as I'm sure you all are. I have had 2 experiences. I've had a number of contacts in the last couple of days, but I've had 2 experiences today, over the last couple of days, that made me question and look. Don't get spooked. One is that yesterday morning I woke up really early, like 20 past 5, something like that, and I had a taste in my mouth that immediately freaked me out. And it was a taste, and I'm not going to say who I think it's linked to, but it is a taste that immediately took me back to my childhood. And I recognised it as soon as I tasted it, and it was the taste of Parma Violet sweets. And I hate Parma Violet sweets with a passion.
they're the ones that taste like perfume.
They taste like lavender perfume. They're vile. As a kid, we didn't have sweets very often, so it was like any sweets will do. They're sweets. So I know what they taste like, but I hate them. I absolutely hate them. And I think that was an indication to me that something's happened to somebody who I'm not in physical contact with. So I'm kind of keeping that under my hat a little bit because it really freaked me out. And then interestingly, this morning, I think it was probably just after 6 o'clock, I was woken by a voice, and it was a woman's voice, but I couldn't hear what she was saying, but I could tell it was a woman, and that kind of slightly out of focused voice, so you can kind of hear the wah 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 conversation, but it was somebody that was talking to me, but I couldn't hear. They hadn't come through clear enough. Which kind of made me jump, and I thought maybe it was a dream. I'll lie here for a little bit, I'll have a think, I'll reach out, see if anybody's trying to connect. About 20 minutes later, same voice, same woman, still couldn't hear the words, but heard the intonation, but saying something different. But the more I reached out, the less I could hear. And I jumped out of bed and looked out of the window to see if anybody was outside.
A dog walker moaning at their dog or something.
Yeah, but I don't think it was at all. I think it was somebody reaching out to me. I just don't know who it was yet. So that was today. It will come to me. If somebody's meant to connect with me, they will. There you go. Just a little bit of interesting information, or not.
But no, I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, sorry we're not on Sunday. It's a Monday. But next week we'll be back to Sunday. What we got planned for next weekend?
Next week we're going to talk about Samhain and Halloween.
Yeah.
And all things related.
Yeah, how the kind of it ties in to not just the Hallmark side of things, the actual pagan side of things.
And anything else that's connected to it at all.
And we'll see what happens in our week. If there's anything spooky.
Yeah. If you're watching this after the recording, still feel free to comment, send us things, let us know if there's anything that you want to try or anything that you've tried.
Yeah, there's a topic you'd like us to cover.
Reach out. We're listening.
We're listening. Trust no one.
You made that dark.
I did. Marion said, many thanks. Really interested. Thank you.
It's not quite what was written, but okay.
Looking forward to it. Oh, next week.
Yeah. Excellent.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Marion, for commenting and joining in with us.
Yes. And thank you to anybody else who's watching and anyone else who knows me.
Yeah. Like, share, subscribe. Buy a Wiccan Warriors mug. Do it. Just go and do it. It'll make my day. And it'll be great to see some pictures come up that I can show on the screen of people holding a mug. How cool would that be?
That would be very cool.
Oh yeah, and there's my chair as well. I'd like.
Oh,
It's really needy, this video. You know what I think?
you're really needy.
Yeah, let's end it now.
All
Right.
then.
Thanks for joining us, guys, and join us next
Bye.
Sunday for another next one.
Yeah.
Bye.